Hello, and welcome to Team Liquid's strategy guide series for Amirdrassil, The Dream's Hope. I'm Aya, and today I'm going to present Telegon's breakdown of the mechanics and strategy for heroic Smolderon. This encounter occurs in 4 main phase intermission phase cycles. After the 4th intermission, the boss soft enrages, casting encroaching destruction, causing lava to slowly flood the arena. Throughout phase 1, the boss periodically casts lava geysers, which splashes lava pools around random players, which persist throughout the entire encounter. As a result, we will want to play to maximize our play space by baiting these puddles around the room and tanking the boss near the edge of the arena while keeping the center mostly clear. Smolderon periodically ignites several players with overheated, causing them to pulse fire damage in a small radius for 10 seconds. When the debuff expires, the players explode for moderate fire damage, and on heroic, fiery tornadoes propagate away from the player's model. We recommend having targeted players move to and spread along the outside of the arena. Note that the tornado's paths are sensitive to character facing, and that you can coordinate debuffed players facing in order to make the tornadoes easier to dodge. Remember that for any mechanics with moving projectiles, moving your camera into a top-down position and facing the origin can make them easier to avoid as well. Brand of Damnation decimates Smolderon's primary target with physical damage, while players within 9 yards of the primary target split a large amount of fire damage. All players who soak the brand are debuffed with Cauterizing Wound. Keep in mind that if Brand of Damnation fails to hit at least 4 players, the raid will take heavy damage and likely wipe. Tanks will need to alternate taking Brand of Damnation due to the vulnerability it applies. Cauterizing Wound debuffs soaking players with a large healing take and absorb. Upon removal, players drop exploding circles beneath them, such that you'll want to stack, move, and drop these in an orderly fashion. Healing these absorbs off should be a priority to ensure that the puddles dropped do not spawn overly staggered. On heroic, the primary target for Brand of Damnation explodes after 6 seconds, dealing fall-off damage to all players. As a tank, you'll want to do your best to minimize the damage the raid takes by moving farther away while your co-tank takes the boss. To begin his intermission, Whirled in Flames, Smolderon runs to the center of the room to channel, slamming his weapon into the ground and knocking back branded players. When players are knocked back, living flames are ripped out of branded players. Soaking these living flames applies a stacking damage and healing done buff. It's worth noting that stacking this buff does not extend the duration. These orbs cannot be allowed to reach Smolderon, as they will buff him as well. While Smolderon is channeling, concentric green patterns will explode periodically. Movement speed and Warlock gateways should be considered during hard patterns. When Smolderon reaches 100 energy, he returns to phase 1 and increases his damage dealt by 10%. To defeat Smolderon early on, you'll want to consider and optimize around your offensive cooldown usage and bloodlust allocation. Since each intermission phase should be treated as a burn phase due to the damage buff, your usage efficiency has the potential to make your first kill significantly easier. And with that, we very much hope you found this guide useful. Please feel free to leave feedback or commentary down below, and make sure to keep your eye on this channel as more guides are going to be coming out soon. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.